My name is Melisa Alaba, breakthrough coach, group practice owner, and therapist. So I wanted to come back and just share a little bit more with you guys. As you know, I've been doing marriage counseling, marriage therapy for many years, I want to say over 12, 13 years now, and using the Gottman approach. And many times I'm asked, I'm in a relationship with a person that I know is a narcissist, whether they've been diagnosed, and a lot of times they have. I have that situation, or I'm seeing criteria A, B, C, D, E. And I really want to stay with my person, right? And I really want to work it out with my person. And I want to go to marriage counseling. Is it a good idea for us to get into marriage counseling? And can my person change? So I wanted to share a little bit about that. If that is you and you're looking to do some marriage counseling with your person, and you feel like they have these traits, and what that actually looks like, and can we work with that? So one of the things that I want to say is often narcissistic folks will not actually come to therapy. Okay, so if you get them there, that is half of the battle. That's awesome. But many times they don't believe that they are the person that has the issue. Many times they believe it's you that has the issue. And if you would change, and if you would listen to them, if you would contort, if you would make more changes and more adaptations, and I say more and more because many of my clients who are in these relationships have made a ton of adaptations. So much, in fact, that they don't even share anymore with their partner because they're afraid to give them any new knowledge about themselves, because they know that it may be used against them, or it will be used against them at some point throughout the next week. So a lot of adaptations have already been made. The other set of people will come to therapy, but they will come with the sole purpose of tearing you down and setting themselves up as perfection. They'll talk about all the gifts that they gave you. They'll talk about the money that they spent. They'll talk about the time invested. They'll talk about if you would change X, Y, Z, D, E and back around again, how this relationship would just work. They will work to tear down their person in the marriage setting. Now, again, in couples counseling, everybody comes with their qualms about this person should change this, my partner should change this, and we get to a space where we're going to make some compromises. Oftentimes, the narcissistic person is not able to make any compromises, and oftentimes they're not even coming because they want to repair the relationship, but they are coming because the therapist in itself becomes another person that can shine a light and value to them. You heard me correctly. They're looking at the therapist as another person who's going to lift them up, who's going to affirm who they are, and is going to give them those feel goods. So they'll often come to therapy, say that they're going to make some changes, and go back home and do devaluing, go back home and do fighting and conflict, because then they get more feed from that. They get more, they get to reject their partner and see their partner beg or feel smaller, and they get more joy out of it. So a lot of times it has a counter effect. The other set of folks who come to marriage counseling, and that usually is your grandiose, but like your convert narcissist, when they come to marriage counseling, they're usually coming because their partner is deciding that they no longer want to be a part of this relationship. They no longer can take the cheating. They no longer will take the lies. They no longer will tolerate any of these things. But this person has become dependent on this partner, either for their home, either for their lifestyle, which affirms that they're amazing, that they're great, that they're what have you. And so they don't want to leave the home. This person is fighting to keep the home, even though arguments are happening, even though that there's a lot of conflict. They don't really care about that. Or they could even be in a space where they're not even talking to their partner anymore. Oftentimes I'll find that they're living in the basement or living in their separate room. Partners are no longer engaging in sex, probably haven't been engaging in sex for a year, sometimes 2 years and even more, but they want to keep the lifestyle going, and they don't care if the relationship is not there. They don't care if their partner wants to leave. They will say and do anything to keep it going, because in the community, they're looked at, or they feel like they're looked at or idolized or respected. And they usually are, again, seen as amazing folks, either at church or either at a team that they're leading, or either they have a hobby or a sport where people are like, oh, this person is great. But oftentimes in those spaces, they are devaluing their partners to people within those spaces. When they get along with people, they're saying, oh yeah, Mary never does so-and-so, so-and-so. I have to keep all this together. Mary so-and-so, so. Or sometimes they're even having sexual relationships with people that are in these different spaces. And that's one of the secrets that they're keeping from their partner. So oftentimes, like I said, marriage counseling is just another tool so that they can use to stay in this dysfunctional marriage. And they utilize the therapist as a person that will affirm that their partner should try to work it out yet again. They often will use religion. So religion at this point, whether it's Christianity, Catholicism, whatever it is, they will use that in saying that this thing is sacred. Now they believe it's sacred. You can laugh because it's true. Now they believe that it's sacred. This is sacred. This cannot be broken. What are we going to do? What about our kids' future? But not thinking of any of those things when they're abusing their partner, whether verbally, whether they're tearing their partner down, whether they're denying their partner sex, whether they are having extramarital affairs. And again, these are things that are happening repeatedly. Oftentimes when people get to me, this is not like a once or twice incident where a person made amends, we work through things. No, this is often happening as soon as they say that they are stopping the behavior, they're starting a behavior with another person. Because again, that's a part of the illness, a part of the issues that they have. So to answer your question, I have never seen it in the years that I've been practicing where this is helpful at all. Sometimes it can shine a light that this person can get help, but I haven't seen it yet where a narcissistic person is going to get that individual help that they need. Again, they will start to even attack the therapist if they don't feel like they're getting the answers that they want or the therapist is aligned to them. They don't have the capacity to do the introspective work. And so it takes a very strong person and partner to be able to know what their stop point is going to be, or if they're going to continue in this relationship. Because staying in this type of unhealthy relationship will require that you continue to isolate yourself from family and friends, but yet you have this little support network that can support you outside of this, but come home and you keep certain things where you don't share with your partner, because again, the partner will eventually use that against you. So I don't advise it. There are some therapists who may do that type of work, but I really, really want people to be in healthy relationships. I really want people to be able to thrive. And I want people to be able to do their own work and kind of just understand some of these dynamics that are at play, because not only does it affect you, it also affects the children in your household who are witnessing these different dynamics. So that is my answer to that. I look forward to sharing with you guys even more. You can connect with us at www.visionworkscoaching.com. I'm Melisa Alaba, and I'll see you next time.